Well, it's been barely over an hour since I uploaded to YouTube a video with me covering my thoughts on the Paul George debacle deal of the day, and all the MT that people had made, all the players that they added to their teams on those accounts, and my thoughts on how the MyTeam team over at 2K, Take Two, Visual Concepts, whatever, was going to go about trying to resolve this issue on their end, what they thought would be the best course of action. And again, it's been barely over an hour later. Shout out to Cydrus2856. I'm sorry if I butchered your butchered the numbers there. Excuse me, bourbon burp. In your username there on YouTube, but I was in the middle of meal prepping, and I saw I had a comment on that YouTube video saying that people are getting their MT wiped, but they're keeping their players. And so I decided to take a look on Twitter, and lo and behold, that's exactly what was happening. You can see right here, this guy confirming what Cydrus said on that YouTube video: MT's being wiped, but the cards are still there. The only thing I want to add to this is cards still there for now. And, I think, and I get it, a lot of people on Twitter who engaged in this exploit this morning said that they weren't as worried about losing the players that they purchased with the dirty money that they got from that exploit this morning, because when that season rewind Rudy Gobert and Kyle Kuzma error, whatever, happened earlier this month, the people that engaged in that exploit only lost the coins on their account. They didn't lose any players that they purchased. I think you need to realize that when that error happened, it was only live for about 5 to 10 minutes, whereas this glitch was live from 3 a.m. Eastern time until, I don't know, like 3, 4, 4.5, maybe 5 hours after, maybe even longer. So this deal was live for a really long time and was not meant to be there. At least I don't think, like, 2K would never do something like that. Even if they wanted to make Paul George cheaper, maybe they wanted to make him a new record low in terms of the percentage, or whatever, the amount off that their deal of the day was, because up until today we've only seen deal of the day cards go down by 50% in price at most. 30K is obviously significantly low for a diamond card. Obviously, if you could quick sell it and make profit on it. I also wanted to show you guys this video I saw on Twitter. It's absolutely hilarious. I mean, we can only laugh at it because, this guy, hopefully all the MT that he loses here is MT that he earned this morning and not MT that he, grinded for. But we could play here. You could see that this guy logged into his MyTeam account, and upon loading in, watched his MT go from 1.1 mil all the way down to 0. I think that's hilarious, personally. I mean, this guy also on his Twitter said that he didn't lock anything in, so he's going to be able to sell everything back, which I think, in hindsight, now may be smart if all they do is wipe your MT. Personally, I feel like this could end up being a 2-part repeal process by MyTeam. I feel like, or the 2K devs or whatever, whoever's behind this. I feel like, they're all on vacation, and so the easiest thing to do first is locate or track down who engaged in, abusing this error, this, Paul George that was at a ridiculously cheap price, and then wipe all their MT so that they didn't have any liquid currency. Because I think the majority of people who did this, who ended up buying the Paul George and selling him and then repeating that process over and over and over again, I think a lot of them ended up locking in their cards into collections, because when the Rudy Gobert and Kyle Kuzma error happened, people only lost MT, not the cards that they locked in. I would not be shocked if people lost the cards that they locked in if they engaged in this exploit for this glitch. I would not be shocked at all, because the gravity of, like, financially for 2K, because of what happened today, I think is far more significant than what they dealt with 3 weeks ago when the NBA season rewind error happened. So, for right now, if this is all that ends up happening, that's great. I mean, for me, it's a win if no one gets banned. If they end up wiping everyone's MT and then they go into the account for like a part two of this and they remove all the players that people locked in like into their collections, I think that's fine. As long as they don't touch MT that people justly earned. I don't know if these people are all showing 0 MT. If any of that MT is actually earned, like that you earned before this error happened, that really sucks. And I don't even know if you have a way that you can prove it, because if you engage in the glitch, I feel like you made so much MT that everything kind of gets lost in translation. So who knows? Who knows? But I don't really have much else to add. I kind of want to keep this video on the shorter end since I already uploaded a near 30-minute long video covering my thoughts on what my team is going to do, just for them to do something literally an hour later. So if you're watching this video and you engaged in whatever happened this morning, I hope for your sake that they stop at this, and at the very worst, they just go in and they remove the players that you locked in earlier today. I really hope they don't ban anybody. This player base is already dwindling. I feel like we have less players in this community than we did when I used to play my team religiously back in the 2K15, 16, and 17 days. And I just don't think the 2K team is sending the right message by banning people for a mistake that they made. So we shall see. But until then, whenever that may be, I'll see you later.